Welcome back, esteemed viewers. If you just joined us, you are right on time because the show is about to kickstart. First of all, apologies for the late start. We had technical issues. On today's episode on the Engendered show, we'll be discussing a vital topic pertaining to the female gender, that is women and ladies. And it says reorientation on menstrual hygiene. We'll be reorientating women, girls, pertaining hygiene that has to do with menstruation. But before we delve into the topic proper, let's give you this excerpt. Menstrual hygiene is a critical issue encountered by women and girls of reproductive age that negatively affects their health and empowerment. It is still deemed a taboo subject in several parts of the world, and girls hesitate to discuss menstruation with their family members, friends, or school teachers. Now, this creates hurdles when they experience it. Girls residing in rural areas encounter more problems since they lack the access to resources in terms of, menstruating, and also they also lack the knowledge to manage their menstruation period as well as at home. Now, the purpose of this topic today on the Engendered show is to reorientate girls and women, ladies, on menstrual hygiene. We will not be discussing this topic alone. Join us as we'll welcome Favour Oluchi, who is the founder and lead volunteer of the Favour Oluchi Girls Initiative, which is a registered non-profit organization. She is a certified, passionate menstrual health educator and a girl child advocate. Through her initiative, she has been able to reach out to over 500 girls, educating them on the need of proper menstrual hygiene. Welcome. Good evening, Favour.
Welcome.
Don't start your song, please. Save your breath. You've not, like come up with a proper welcoming song.
I'm going to. It's the Engendered show. That's it.
First of all, go for voice training. Then after the voice training, then you can come up with the lyrics for the song as well as the tune.
Okay.
And then we can now, adopt that. Many thanks for joining us on the Engendered show.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here once again.
You're welcome. It's good to
happy
have
New Year
you.
to you.
Same to you. Talking about the new year, how is it going so far? This is the second month in the year.
My new year starts in March.
Because your birthday.
Oh shit!
Your birthday as well.
Okay, let me hide my face.
Please,
I started the year already.
Yeah.
January born.
It's my birthday.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah.
So how is the country? How is the economy treating you?
Very well, thank you.
Oh.
We're moving.
Actually, I just asked for asking sake because you don't look it, right?
Please, I look it.
That was. She doesn't look like
as if the economy is having a toll on her.
No, you don't. No.
I actually look it.
No,
You don't.
Can't you see my face?
What's wrong with the face?
I'm looking at the face.
Natural glow.
It's glowing.
Alright.
I'm enjoying.
Yes.
Okay.
It's just the grace of God, right? We're pulling through despite every odds. Alright, so today we'll be discussing reorientation on menstrual hygiene. Now, you are an advocate in this particular field. Before we move further, just in simpler terms, what is menstrual cycle?
All right. In a very simple term,
Yeah.
menstrual cycle is actually the cycle that happens to female,
Okay.
both girls and women, that prepares their body for possible pregnancy. So it's actually in 4 phases. We have the menstrual phase, the follicular phase, we have the ovulatory phase, and the luteal phase. Now, 2 things happen during the menstrual cycle. It's either pregnancy or menstruation. So that's just in a very simpler term what menstrual cycle is.
So you're telling me that as a female, my body is basically occupied for every day of the month.
Of course.
Because there is no rest.
No leave, no transfer.
No leave, literally no leave, no transfer. And I even heard, I mean, I'm sure it's part of what we'll discuss. I heard even the menopause even has its own,
Yes.
no leave, no
that's
transfer.
a phase on its own. So if you are growing up the puberty phase, then the menstrual phase, then that's your reproductive phase.
Yes.
Then once you're done with reproduction,
then you still have the menopause
waiting.
Honestly, it's not easy. It's not easy to be like a female, because it seems like one thing is after another thing after another in terms of your body. Because I just when I heard about the the 4 phases, I didn't even know I didn't know like the names, but I just knew, okay, a female's body, the cycle is in 4 phases. Just like, no wonder I thought I was alone. I thought I was alone in
You are not alone.
That's true, that we are really going through a lot.
Yes,
Some men say, what's there? All is there.
No,
really?
but
come and try it.
Do you know the thing is, this was there. I think I saw a trend online where females, with partners, boyfriends, husbands, have the cramps test.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have that thing, and then the female will just put in like on maybe 1 or 2,
the pain level,
and then that's not even the highest. That's like this, and they couldn't even stand it. So like,
it's not easy at all.
Not easy.
It's not easy at all. Okay, so let's. What's the meaning of menstrual hygiene? Keep hearing menstrual hygiene. What does it mean?
All right, menstrual hygiene. They're just simple practices that we do every day to ensure that we stay clean, we stay healthy, and very importantly, we stay comfortable during our period, because you would not want to be having your period and you're not comfortable.
It's not even
so these practices are what we do to ensure that we stay clean, we stay healthy, and we stay very comfortable. Now, such of practices is ensuring that we change our sanitary pad as often as we should. Not that you wear one sanitary pad because the economy is saying otherwise.
It's expensive.
You wear it for 24 hours, 16 hours, 10 hours. Just mentioning it, already feeling
is even the first hour is not comfortable.
I think I had someone say, because her flow is kind of
slow,
very slow, like it's kind of a drop, so she can use 1 or 2 pads for a day. I don't know, is that hygienic? Because her flow is not
well, there is something called the flow chart, and the flow chart, I had to break it down in my book, Managing Monthlies. The flow chart is just an understanding of how you flow. We have the light flow, we have the moderate flow, and we have the heavy flow. Now, this will not determine how often you need to change your sanitary pad. Just like you rightly say, if it's dropping, is it every 2 hours? Because I remember when one of my daughters, I call my daughter, started her menstruation. I'm not exaggerating. In 2 hours, she has used 6 sanitary pads. What is happening? She said, I'm not comfortable. I feel it's rushing too much. And honestly, it's not rushing too much. It's just because she's starting and she doesn't have an understanding of her flow chart.
So are you saying that my friend now, she's right in what she said, that using 1 or 2 pads because it's just dropping?
If her flow is very light, it's not up to 30 minutes, that is 2 tablespoons, then she can change her sanitary pad 6 to 8 hours.
Okay, but what's the certified time? Within what hours? Regardless, what is the approved time to have it on?
Yeah, within 6 to 4 hours.
Okay. 4 to 6 hours. That means that means 4 to 6 hours. You should, at least after the 6th hour, you should think about changing.
You will not even be comfortable.
You
yourself.
4 pads a day.
Except if you just want to just have it on.
But then people keep
economy.
Exactly. The least price of pad now, I think it's 800 naira. That is the least price. There are so many people that can't.
For which one? I need to know. For which one?
You say in your area, the list price is higher than what I'm just saying.
Because I generally don't buy like this one. I buy like I think it's virally that one. I feel like it's more economically better because you use it for a longer period of time, and so you are buying it like, granted I buy it like once in like 2 months or 3 months, but it's like every time we go there they've added extra money. I'm like,
the price
what is going on?
Always increasing. Now you talked about changing your pads, and we are here discussing the economic situation of the country. Now, what of those girls or women, ladies in the rural areas that they can't afford these pads? Is there a kind of an alternative to pads?
There is an alternative. In fact, there are alternatives.
Okay, let's have it.
One is, okay, I will want to say menstrual cup, but since you say they can't afford menstrual cup, is it menstrual cup?
Exactly.
Because the durability of menstrual cup is about 15 years. That is if you know how to handle
for one?
Yeah, you can use it up to that.
Wow.
Have you seen a menstrual cup before?
I have.
I think it's like it's V like this, yeah? It's like badminton.
It's made of silicone.
Yeah.
So as long as you carry out proper menstrual hygiene practices,
you
can
use it for up to 15.
But for those at the rural communities, reusable pads, that's what is in vogue now. You know, I attended a meeting, a gender equality meeting, and I met with this young lady, and she came up to me and said, "Oh, I want to introduce you to something." I'm like, "Okay, tell me, I want to hear." And she said, "I make reusable sanitary pads." I'm like, "Oh, sounds nice. So tell me about it." And she had a lot of explanations to do, So for those in rural communities, reusable
option.
Yes, it is an option for them, because at least they should have about 4, so that once you're taking off, you're wearing the other, taking off. All you need to do, wash, sun dry. Then after a short period of time, you discard and get another one. Unlike the disposable one, you use once and you discard. Yes.
So the disposable one is more expensive than the reusable?
Yes, it's more expensive. Right now, if stakeholders are going to rural communities for outreaches, they even now empower the girls, teach them how to sew it themselves.
Okay.
The reusable parts?
Yes.
Okay.
You will get a cotton material.
Okay.
So instead of using the nylon, you use a cotton material. That one can absorb the blood and it can stay
for a longer period.
Yeah, exactly.
The thing is, now for people that are squeamish with blood, I mean, it's coming out of you fine, but people are still squeamish about it. You know, some people can't even look at it. Just like, so like that would not even work for them. But I guess if you don't have any other,
if you don't have
an option,
you just have to
opt for it, or you go on free bleeding. Yes, please.
Free bleeding.
Yeah.
Okay, buttress.
You won't wear anything, just let it go.
That means you're not going anywhere. Indoors.
Of course, you just have to sit in.
I mean, I've heard about it, but like, I cannot fathom the idea. Because
I just
even
can't.
while wearing something, you're not comfortable. You're just like, but then just letting it go. Like, are you like?
Are you going to stand throughout the day? Because
I really want to understand the whole process.
I met a woman. A certain time I visited the hospital, and she was like, "I don't use pad anymore." So she was actually speaking to someone. So I got interested. I didn't say what. She said, "All I need to do is just get a bucket and sit on it." And I'm like, "How many days? For how many hours?" So she just said she just free bleed.
Probably her flow is not that. Even at
that bucket has to have like
a tag.
It has to have like maybe cotton around it or something. I say cotton, like something soft to make it comfortable.
Yeah, because exactly.
Because even while you are sitting, like, you know, when you are in the toilet, and then it gets to there is a pass mark where they're just like, no matter how interesting the so like, how long would that work for? But anyways, I guess everybody has their
but were you able to ask her the reason why she's, you know, opted for
okay,
free bleeding?
the reason why she actually opted for free bleeding is because she, according to her, she had heavy flow.
Okay.
Okay, so it's of no use.
So
just
buying
pad.
buying pad. So she just sits there,
Okay.
let it be.
I mean, the thing is,
So every month she observed compulsory leave.
yeah.
Does that mean she's not going anywhere?
Yeah. I mean,
Those days.
I heard there's some countries now that are trying to pass laws for, you know, when women are on their periods, you know, to be
They can stay off work.
Yeah, off work. at
Not
that point.
Please,
Nigeria.
can we adopt?
No, no. I don't. Even if they want, I don't think it's something that everybody should just opt for, because
Why?
I mean, we will I say, okay, let me not say. I don't want to have a conversation where I'm pitting the men against the women.
Okay.
You know, in this world, we're asking for, you know,
Equity.
exactly, not equity. We're asking for equality.
Okay.
So we should not. I'm sure there are things that men go through that bodily that they can't tell us.
Really?
I don't know. I'm
Their own
just saying-
cycle is just 24 hours. You
Okay.
can't compare.
For
Please.
like 5-6 days. It's
Okay,
uncomparable.
Okay. What if they want to take leave on those days?
And they can
too?
take 24 hours now.
24
One day,
hours,
they
just
can.
a day.
Okay,
You can take leave for a day.
I'm just saying. So I just feel women should. I mean, you know, it's painful and all, and sometimes you just
maybe
want to.
the law should be for, you know, women that, you know, go through menstrual cramps. They can stay
Except
back.
if
But then
the
in
law
Nigeria,
is, you know,
Trust me, if you bring that man to
Everybody
Nigeria,
will
everybody
have
will want to observe it. So I just feel like, in the sense or in the light of us fighting for equality and all, we should suck it up, for lack of better word.
okay,
You know?
justice for men.
Move it on.
See, advocates.
Yes, you know?
Advocates for
Yeah.
Advocates for
Now
women.
that's, you know, I'm just trying to, you know, it's a world where we're
Yeah.
asking for equality. We should step it up too. I mean, that's just my own point of
The
view.
equality doesn't have anything to do with menstruation. We're talking of, you know, women in politics, education, and all that, in religion. Leave menstruation aside.
Okay,
eh?
I guess.
We're still talking about menstrual hygiene. Now, there are different ways we dispose our sanitary pads. So, what are these hygienic ways you deem fit for sanitary disposal?
For sanitary pad disposal.
Yes, sanitary pad disposal.
You know, I was at a community outreach, and when I spoke with them, okay, I want to hear your options. How do you dispose? Oh, we burn. Okay, that's another one. We burn it. The other one said she buries it. You bury it. You have the time
To dig holes.
to dig holes
Every
and
day.
put it in. No, she actually stockpile. Then you know, dig and well, I just feel the very effective and simple way to do that is wrap your sanitary pad properly.
That's the way.
Not just tray. If you say tray away, you
No,
can just
like
walk
with-
on the road and just
No,
fling it
like
in.
with your trash.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just put it there.
Okay.
Then if it happens that, okay, you have an incinerator
Yeah.
that you can just
Yes.
and burn, it's okay, but you just wrap.
The thing is, this issue of disposal is like something that I feel like a lot of females want to know about, because
That's it.
they are, and especially in a country that is superstitious like Nigeria.
That's right.
You know how you
Somebody will
heard
take it.
that people are taking people's pads and using for ritual and things
Spiritual
like that,
stuff, yeah.
spiritual things, and so women are very conscious,
Very,
especially
very conscious.
about that. I think for me, I went to a boarding school of all girls, so I think it made me less conscious about it.
Yeah.
But even though, you know, I still have friends that are still all about. I have a friend that she will burn it to the last arch, not arch. She will burn it till there is nothing left to be burnt. because it's in our brain that someone might take this and use
And
it for
do something
something
else.
nefarious. So I mean, if we have like a, if we have like a proper way to just dispose of this, is I feel like women will rest easy, you know. But it seems like it's either burn, and burning even causes
Yes,
harm to the environment.
Pollutes the air.
Yeah, and digging, that lady that keeps on digging, I'm sure at a point she will dig up, but she will see that okay, yeah, you have to find
Already lots of land. She
already lot of land you should buy, so that you keep on digging, so that it will remain,
she's a farmer, so she has.
so that it will remain with
But
her.
you know, some of these sanitary pads are not biodegradable.
That is it. It's hardly decayed.
So it hardly breaks down.
Oh my
So, like, we should just keep on acquiring land. For my God, like, I don't understand.
Just give us a particular way, an easy way for this disposal.
An easy way is just
Wrapping
wrapping
it up,
and
yes.
trashing it. That's
Yes.
all. I remember in JS3, yes, when I was in JS3, I can still remember vividly. My business study auntie told us, Mrs. Chinedu, she said, if you want to dispose your pad, you tear it. Remove the one that looks
Yeah.
like cotton.
Inside.
You can flush that one.
Yeah.
Then wash the one that look like nylon and dispose. Now, when I was applying for admission, that was 2013. I went to my best friend's house at Anambra. And lo and behold, I saw another method. Yes.
Okay.
She wanted to have her bait, and all she just did was remove the pad, drop it there, was having her bait, the pad was washing off
On its own.
on its own. I'm like, another method.
Yeah.
So
So after washing on its own, what happened to the pipe? What did she do?
What
with
the
pad?
remnant, whatever,
And
yeah,
then
throw
throw
it
it
away.
yes.
Yeah, I've heard about the washing. Some people take time.
So many people
They
don't have
to wash.
They wash. Some throw it inside the
WC.
yeah, and then that cause problem.
the soccer way.
Then
Don't flush. Nobody should flush the
It's like
pad.
if you have 5 ways to dispose, like all 5. Oh my God.
The lady will use blood for it.
So I guess just find a way to properly, a way that is not harmful to anyone. You know, if you want to wash, I guess that's fine.
But how many persons want to wash?
That's this.
People that
You don't
are
have
not
the
square,
patience to
they-
start washing.
Oh, I've met people that have, they will stockpile it and then start washing. They don't care.
That's
It
so
is-
nice.
they'll tell you, but
You
they will tell.
stockpile and you start
No,
washing.
stockpiling.
Some
then
will
start
tell you that
washing.
oh,
No.
is their, is their blood. So it's not, they don't see it as anything. Is as saying their skin is bad or something. So they will just wash it.
No,
and
it's
then-
okay to remove and wash, but for you to
But to
stockpile
and
then
wash,
you now
it's
wash.
unhygienic. It's
So-
not
It's
good.
not. It's
not good.
not.
All right, viewers, let's quickly go on a short break, and when we come back, the show will continue. Stay with us.
My name is Sheila BCFR, the Black Comedian of the Federal Republic. I tell you, when it comes to the best of entertainment, the best of news, the best of information, something that is educative, you're right here at the best place to see that. It's Captain TV. You know what? Increase the volume. Keep watching. Don't touch the dial, okay?
This is your girl Nkechi Blessing Sunday. I want you all to keep watching Kaftan TV.
Please keep watching Kaftan TV. It is the best TV station in the country. They're doing an amazing job. Please
Welcome back. The show is still on, and we're discussing reorientation on menstrual hygiene. That has to do with the ladies, women, or girls. Now, Favour, in some public schools, the toilets are in a dilapidated form. I mean, I know you can relate what I'm saying.
I cannot relate, sorry.
Are you an ajebo? You don't know what's happening in this country. The toilets in some public schools are nothing to write home about.
They are so bad.
Like, now, how can girls in such public school maintain proper menstrual hygiene in this kind of situation?
First off, instead of using disposable sanitary pad, use reusable sanitary pad. When you get home, you do your cleaning. Now, for such girls, this is most likely to happen in rural communities.
That's true.
Because I know the secondary schools in the urban settlement is not really 100% better. Or, you can go
they are
in
not the
there.
best, but it's better.
Exactly. So, if you are to maintain hygiene in such a space, I would say while leaving home, you're just on your menstrual period. While leaving home, take water.
Apart from your drinking water?
Yes, you can have your water.
Okay.
That's why I said, first off, use reusable. So that when you get home, you can do whatever you want to do. Instead of disposable, because disposable you have to. I don't think we spend do we spend up to 12 hours in school?
No.
I think it depends.
Extra lessons.
Yeah, extra lessons. At most, a child should be out of school by 4. At most.
Yeah.
Yeah, at most.
So you can actually go home and take it off.
Yeah,
but
back.
if it happens that you need to clean, then you have to go with water.
Okay.
There is no how you will say there is no water in your house.
There are some houses.
I know there are some houses, but at least I want to say
for
exactly
the period of you menstruating.
True. I want to say wipes, but how many persons can afford wipes?
Another expense on its own.
Yeah. But it's still an alternative.
Yes.
It's still an alternative. You know, rather than going home and then missing some days, you can take wipes on those days. It doesn't have to be, you're not taking it every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on those days that you know, wipes is better. You know, you just clean up and then.
And when you're cleaning, you're not cleaning the vagina. You're cleaning around the vulva.
Okay. Some girls make use of tissue paper during menstruation.
Yes.
Is that hygienic?
It's not. Because because
I know so many.
There have been some. It's not even
cotton wool. You're talking about tissue paper.
Yeah, but but there are instances where, like, I'm not going to lie. I've used it before because it's just at that point where there is no other option.
Yeah.
What's going on? What's going on?
Okay.
The only other thing there is
if it comes out without you preparing for it.
Yeah. Or sometimes you are maybe it's just full.
Yes,
and then you didn't bring extra, and then you're just like the only thing at that point is tissue paper because it's easily accessible. Before you get places that you get cotton wool or extra pad, like almost every shop has tissue paper, but then you can't ask them for cotton wool or for pad.
Yeah.
So I guess it's an alternative for some people.
But it's not hygienic. It's not hygienic. When you get a tissue paper and pour water on it, what happens?
Melt.
So you can imagine what goes on. Having to carry it for a very long period of time.
Wow.
So it's not hygienic.
Now the thing is, we're talking about menstrual hygiene. You know, this everybody, like, we're all female, so it's easy to discuss.
Yeah.
When you're about to start this menstruation of a thing, is a little bit the first concern. You know, the first concern as a young girl is that you don't want to be embarrassed. You don't want it. You know, you will stained at one point. I'm sure everybody has been stained at one point, and then you're not here. So yes, saying is like your words.
It's
It's
about
like
to crumble.
it's about to come. It's like it's open. Let me enter. So, and the thing is, one part of it, or I feel like a reason why, or most girls or some girls think that way, is because we don't have the proper education. Now, I'm not talking about like what comes from outside. We had like companies like Always Then go to schools,
Yeah,
had
okay.
sensitization.
Yeah.
I don't know if they still do it now. I don't think so.
In some schools,
yeah,
some schools rather.
yeah. They go to a lot of schools. Share pad. Not
I
just
think some NGOs do that.
okay.
Yeah,
No,
I've
but
seen that too.
always was everywhere. I think they were in Lagos. They were in. I schooled in Ogun State, and they got to my school. At least when I was younger then. So I don't hear about like that again. I'm sure like some companies do it. But most importantly, what can parents do to prepare their girls for it? How can they make it better? I'm not talking about just the mothers, or even the fathers, because it seems like it's always the mother's job. Like, oh, you gotta meet your mommy. You can never meet your father.
I
Like,
mean, the men will like, what do they know about menstruation? They want to
No,
discuss
but
with their
that's
daughter. And their daughters, on the other hand, are kind of shy to discuss such issues
exactly.
with their fathers.
But that's the thing. Why is this such an awkward situation? Why does everybody cringe around? I remember the first time that I asked my dad for money for pad. He was like, he could not throw the money fast, like at me fast enough.
No, actually,
Like, it was like-
sometimes when I run out of parts and while my dad is outside, I call him. He gets it for me. He doesn't have an issue with it.
So how can we make, first of all, because the family is the smallest unit of of the society,
And charity begins at
exactly
home.
everything begins at home. So how can we help parents make the experience, at least at that young age, better for the girls? Yeah, because as an adult now, you know all about
Yes,
it.
exactly.
You are all educated and all, but as a child, he's one of the, that's like a coming into the society party for every female. Almost every girl experiences that. So how will I make it better? There are some parents that don't know how. They're just like, okay, you buy pads, wear it, and that's all. But we have to make, there has to be a conversation about it. Okay, your body changes,
orientation.
is a whole. So how do we help parents, to help them, just make it better for the
First
girls?
off, you should ask how many parents understand what the menstrual cycle is.
Yes.
Parents, that's the mother or father. Or
Yeah.
just
The
the
both
mother.
parties.
Yeah.
The both parties.
They should be included.
They must be included.
The fathers.
Now, if you check it, 70% of young girls, in fact, let me not say 70%, 99.9% of young girls that start their menstruation, they have no single idea of what.
That's true.
I got my education from my peers.
That's true.
From my peers.
No, actually, I got mine from my mom.
I didn't get from my parents.
Until they start menstruating, that is when the beautiful thing I know my mommy will always say, you see this your leg, don't let anybody cross it.
That's all they do.
Don't let anybody cross it. I started menstruating. I was in school when my period started. I got up and I was there, sit down. What happened? Why am I sitting down?
Sit down.
You are staying, sit down.
Exactly.
My friend Grace, she pulled me back.
Yeah.
Next time I said,
It's like an embarrassing
Very, very embarrassing.
moment.
as I was saying what happened, lo and behold, the flow.
Oh.
And I quickly went down to my proprietor's office. I said, I want to go. I could not tell her what was going on. I said, I want to
Oh
go.
my God.
Why do you want to go? Mommy, I want to go. So she said, come, you can't talk to me. What is it? That's when I said, I'm menstruating. She said, you're menstruating. Come now. She took me to her toilet, cleaned me up, and asked the security man to get me sanitary. So how many parents
People know how to do that.
know how to do that? That's why when stakeholders go out, they should not take away parental inclusion.
Exactly.
They should make sure they carry them, the guidance along. If you sit 10 girls and ask them, Were your parents involved? So I said, my mom didn't even know I was bleeding. Yeah, I used rags. She did not even know. I couldn't even tell her anything. Yes.
But why is that?
Exactly. So
Especially the mothers. Even if the fathers are not, the mothers.
Exactly.
Excluding the fathers. Because
No, I'm saying that the mothers that should even know, this stuff very well compared to the fathers are not even doing anything. So how do you expect the men to be inclusive?
But I think that's probably because their own parents didn't do
exactly. So it's more like a cycle. I don't have any information. So what am I giving to you? And that's why I say when stakeholders go out, you include. There should be parental inclusion. The guardians should be included. The head of the community should be included. When you were speaking to them, I went for an outreach and I was trying to demonstrate the best way or how to wear your sanitary pad so that you don't leak. And one elderly woman came and met me and said, don't do that. There are men here. And I'm like,
you see what we're saying?
Like,
you see the problem?
This is the problem. Do you know, when I was younger, anytime I'm going to buy sanitary pad, it's like
you will hide
exactly. And
I make sure
give you one nylon, you're like, give me 500.
Rapid. You will be sure that that shop I'm going to, there is no one else there. It has to be a female.
And when they finally give you with your 5 nylon, you will still put it under your dress.
Do you know, as an adult,
as if it says
I cannot, I will. There was one time I went to buy a pad, and even the lady, she was like, oh, let me give you nana. I said, no, I'm already going through pain. Let everybody know this. Let everybody know this. I'm not pissed. Women wear pads. Let everybody know this. I'm not pissed.
There is no
women wear pads. And I just started this, and I was going like this. I cannot bother to care about anybody anymore. And I'm not going to train up a child that will be so conscious about it. It is your natural
taboo.
It's
not a taboo.
We have to get that. It's like an awkward conversation right now. It's like that. It is what it is. My body does this.
Exactly. I can't control it. I cannot. It's natural.
Kudos to all the girls out there that are educating the fellow girls, because me, I got my own education from my parents. I didn't necessarily get it from like my mom. I think the first time, there was one time a friend, and he had a bleeding knee, and then his blood touched my skirt at the very one area that seemed like I had started. And I was like, are you bleeding too? I'm like, huh? No, it totally me. But she didn't even say it in a way. It was like years later, and then of course, was this what this woman was talking about? So she probably didn't get the proper education, so how would she have passed on that to me? So I guess parents have to, you have to read about it. Exactly. You see this phone is not just for looking at TikTok and get information, get involved.
They will actually tell you that whatever knowledge you need to give to that child, she will get it from the school. And guess what? The teachers, they don't. Most
it's
don't.
Not their job to teach your child about that. It is your job.
Even if they are going to, because I know during my time we had health education.
Yes,
they'll just touch on the surface.
And because they feel that mixed genders are in the class.
But that's the thing. They have to get that awkwardness out of the way.
Forgetting that these genders, that's the male, they will also grow up, get married,
exactly.
daughters.
They have to be included. I feel like they should not be, the males are here. There is nothing like the males are here. Like, educate them to, you see like males that are properly educated. When they see like a female that is staying, so you just see them come and meet you with something.
Like they are always up and doing.
They are like exactly. Like empathy is so much better when the males are like educated about it,
right?
Yes. What like? But the males will just go, Okay, do you have?
Okay, let's just have a jacket.
It
jacket.
won't even be obvious that
Yes,
something is wrong. All right, time is against us. Let's take this question. Still talking about menstrual hygiene. What are the effects of poor menstrual hygiene?
You'll be open, or rather one will be open to infection. You will not be comfortable. You need to ensure that you are clean and you are very comfortable when you are having your period. So when everywhere is messy, just picture this in your mind. Someone who is on her period and she's leaking, she's stained, she has not changed her sanitary pad. What do you think will be happening?
It's not a picture to have.
Oh my goodness. So poor menstrual hygiene will definitely expose one to infection. The longer you wear your sanitary pad, the more conducive environment you create for bacteria to act on. We have good bacteria in our body,
of course.
but by the time you start creating an atmosphere they are not used to, they will start acting on it, and before you know it, you say, what happened? Why am I having pad rash? Why am I having blister here? Why am I having rashes here? So these are certain things one needs to look into. If not,
it's talking about menstrual hygiene. Some ladies that encounter menstrual cramps, they kind of use it as a flimsy excuse. I'm weak, I can't move, I can't change this, I can't do this, I can't do that.
Make it and in a way demeaning it for other people, because some people literally cannot do anything when they are on their period. So when you see like this person is just acting on I can't do this, I can't do that. There's actually somebody that can't do this and can't do that. So if you can put up with the pain, please don't make it like something heavy for other people to carry when they're actually people that are carrying it heavier than you. So we should all try to measure, we all have different pain thresholds anyways. So try to work with it if you can, and if you cannot, ask for excuses where you can, but please don't demean.
Ask for help.
Yeah, don't demean it. Don't demean it, because it's becoming too round. But I can't do this. I can't do this. Please move. Stop. No, please don't demean the whole experience for women, because there are women out there that actually can. I have a friend. She has to take injection. Like it's a whole debacle for her. So there's some people like that. It's much more it's worse for a lot of women out there. We all have the same features basically, but it doesn't operate the same way.
Exactly.
Our system differs.
Exactly. So I guess
even lifestyle too can be a factor.
Okay.
Yes.
As an effect of poor menstrual hygiene.
No. Of the pain.
Okay, yeah.
Pain.
One question: does sugar factor in or not? I will not let this question go. I have this continuous argument with my friend. Please tell us.
Sugar causes menstrual pain.
Is not the primary cause.
Does it?
What it does is it just helps elevate the pain and increase the flow, but it's not the primary cause.
If only my friend can watch you.
Some persons will still say, well, when I took this, I took that, I did not feel anything.
Okay, time is against us. Time is against us. You're giving me warning at the background. All right, thank you so much, Favour Oluchi. It was nice having you on the show. At least we've learned one or two concerning, menstrual hygiene, which is very, very important. All right, viewers, this is where we draw the curtain on today's episode. Menstruation is not a taboo, please. Okay? Wherever you are as a woman or as a lady, be proud that you are menstruating. Just like Bukola, be proud of buying that pad. Don't hide it. And then the parents, even in the school, the religious leaders or the community leaders, we all have major roles to play in terms of, orienting or reorientating girls, ladies, women pertaining menstrual hygiene, which is very pertinent for our health. Till we come your way again, I am Confidence Reuben.
And I am Bukola Ogungbeje. Kudos to all the girls out there that are helping their fellow girls You are the best. You are doing, absolutely amazing. And stay tuned on Captain TV for more insightful updates and news. Bye-bye.
Bye.